Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Duloc, Steelers will allow Mason McCormick, Spencer Anderson to compete as Sumalo's fill-in. The Pittsburgh Steelers have one more problem to solve along the offensive line before the season opener: Spencer Anderson or Mason McCormick. While the tackle position still needs a resolution, the Steelers expect to be without Aiyuk for a few weeks. That will bleed into the start of the regular season, so now they need a temporary starter. According to Jerry Duloc of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, that is indeed a work in progress. He reported on Wednesday night on X that Spencer Anderson and rookie Mason McCormick will compete to fill in at left guard until Sumalo returns. He also noted that Anderson, as he had throughout camp, will get the first reps. The Steelers signed Aiyuk Sumalo as an unrestricted free agent a year ago, and he proved their most stable lineman. They tried to protect him as best they could this offseason, giving him ample rest days during training camp. In the process, they managed to get some extended looks at Anderson and McCormick, fortunate, in hindsight. Anderson, a 2023 seventh-round draft pick, is capable of playing guard, tackle, and center. McCormick is almost exclusively a guard, but they are attempting to flex him out to center. He primarily played left guard in college, where he would be filling in for Sumalo on the Steelers line. The rookie fourth-round pick has been impressive, all things considered. Coaches were pleasantly surprised by McCormick's agility for a man his size, and the tape backs that up. Anderson is more of a generalist, but he has proven capable. It's not every seventh-round pick that makes the 53-man roster multiple times, as he has done. When the Steelers drafted McCormick, they cited the pending free agency status of R.G. James Daniels. They also moved Anderson nearly full-time to guard this offseason, both moves seemingly preludes to an anticipated departure of one of their starters in 2025. The Steelers didn't necessarily anticipate needing a fill-in for Sumalo, but here we are. If indeed the Steelers intend to allow Daniels to walk next year, they have an opportunity to get a glimpse at how his replacement may fare. Both Anderson and McCormick are presumably under consideration for a future starting job. Whoever wins this particular battle has the chance to gain a leg up, if he performs well. One thing that is certain is that Aiyuk Sumalo is in no way in danger of losing his job. The coaches greatly respect his consistency of execution and football intelligence. He might not have much to say, but he lets his play do the talking. Mason McCormick seems to be cut from something of a similar cloth, and, again, all credit to Spencer Anderson, who has been no less than solid since he arrived here. It's interesting, though, that the Steelers intend to stage a competition. That suggests that they didn't already have a firm idea of who their backup guard would be. Nate Herbig's season-ending injury complicated that decision, admittedly, because he would have otherwise opened the season at left guard, where he filled in for Sumalo last year. With Herbig down, now they have to decide if McCormick is ready, or if Anderson is the better fit. Steelers get massive break after top guard avoids season-ending injury. Pittsburgh Steelers left guard Aiyuk Sumalo was feared to have suffered a potential season-ending pectoral injury, but the team got a break, as Sumalo suffered a strained pectoral, sources told Penn Live. Sumalo left Wednesday's practice with the injury, which will sideline him for about 4 weeks. That means his target date could be as early as Week 3 in the team's home opener against the Los Angeles Chargers. The Steelers will have a more concrete prediction on when he will be able to return when they conduct more tests, but it seems the team has avoided the worst-case scenario with the injury. Sumalo will not need surgery, and the injury is not as severe as T.J. Watt's injury from 2 years ago when he missed more than the first half of the season. In his place, either Spencer Anderson or Mason McCormick will start, though it seems likely that Anderson will get that job, as he played with the first team for the time that Sumalo got veteran days off in training camp. Pittsburgh already has a young offensive line, and with Sumalo out for the first portion of the season, the Steelers will have to rely on the young talent to play at a high level. With so much new on the offense already, Sumalo being lost for any amount of time is a blow, but it is reassuring for the Steelers that it is not for the entire season, but just part of the season. They will learn a lot about Anderson or McCormick right away in relief of Sumalo. With under 2 weeks until the start of the regular season, the Pittsburgh Steelers finally decided on their starting quarterback in Russell Wilson. Despite this, it seems as though fans may still get to see backup Justin Fields take some snaps in Week 1. After announcing Wilson as the starter, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin went on to speak positively about Fields' abilities as a dual-threat quarterback, teasing the potential for both players to be used against the Atlanta Falcons. "My friend Raheem Morris better be ready for a Justin Fields package," said Tomlin. "There's too much talent to be sitting around watching." Tomlin continued, making it clear that he doesn't want to give away the team's offensive plans just yet. "But I'm not going to get into many details regarding that, or things of that nature, because it doesn't help us from a competitive advantage standpoint," said Tomlin. "But make no mistake, his talent, his mobility, is something that we're open to weaponizing." Acquired from the Chicago Bears in the offseason for a conditional 6th-round pick, Fields competed with Wilson for the starting quarterback job throughout the preseason before Wilson was announced as the starter on Wednesday. While Wilson will start Week 1, Fields is only 25 years old, and certainly could be in Pittsburgh's long-term plans as he sits behind the experienced veteran. Steelers target Brandon Aiyuk still not practicing, 49ers trading block? The wait for a conclusion to the Brandon Aiyuk situation continues for Pittsburgh Steelers fans, as he missed another practice on Wednesday. The San Francisco 49ers receiver continues to hold in at the team's facility as he pursues a new lucrative contract. Throughout this holdout, the 49ers fielded trade calls for Aiyuk as the two sides were far apart in contract talks. The Steelers were one of the interested teams, and multiple sources claimed that while terms for a deal between Pittsburgh and Aiyuk had been agreed to, San Francisco held off on the trade as they continued to negotiate with Aiyuk. Prior to Wednesday practice, 49ers general manager John Lynch claimed that he expected Aiyuk to practice. "At some point, you've got to play," said Lynch. However, practice came and went, and Aiyuk was nowhere to be found, as his hold-in continued. Now, with just over a week until both teams begin the regular season, it will be interesting to see if things begin to develop faster as all sides want to be focused on winning games. Either way, it has been a long and frustrating situation for fans of both sides as it slowly developed throughout the offseason. Entering his 5th year in the NFL, Aiyuk had career-high numbers in San Francisco last season, finishing with 1,342 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns, earning him a spot on the All-Pro second team. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Brandon Aiyuk? Leave your opinion in the comments.